Welcome back to the channel, guys. See where we're at. This looks refreshing. You might want to get in that. We did a measurement estimate. If you follow along with the channel, we did an estimate on this and some recommendations, and she said she wanted to install a stain, and I suggested that the stain won't cover all these cracks. You see all these? We got to clean these out. Some kind of silicone on here. That's all got to be cleaned out. We're gonna repair this. We're gonna fix that divot. That's all full of caulk. We have weeds growing. We're gonna get all them red rocks out of the way. We got to get the toys out of here. We're gonna do Spreadrock on here instead, and what that is the little granite stones, and it's going to be a tan color. We're not going to worry about this edge or this edge, but we got to do everything this way. And over here we got a big divot. We got a crack here, and if you want to look from there to that seam, it's way too far not to have a separation. They should have cut this somewhere between about every 8 to 12 foot to give you expansion joints, and they didn't, and so we got some issues going on. Got some more weeds growing here. Used to be a different diving board, and we got to fix that. That's got a crack in it. I don't know if I'd even keep it, but this has a big divot. She keeps tripping on it, and it's down 1 inch up here. That's about 1 inch all the way. And what we're going to do is we're going to acid wash this, muriatic acid. We're going to take a grinder. We're going to clean out these cracks. We're going to refill them. We're going to do the Spreadrock, and this should be a pretty good project. And once we get warm enough, I know Dawson's going to want to go. That's 8 foot, right?
Yep.
And we're going to try not to get any debris down in the pool, so we're going to be careful. We're going to take and we have to tape off around the slide. Try to get them up. So there's some prep work here, but if you want to look around, you see the dark color and light color. We need to get this cleaned up and etched, and that way we're going to prime it. Then we're going to put the Spreadrock on. She doesn't want to do this section, but she wants to do all of that. And if you follow along with the channel, this is where we did that fence, and she says she loves the fence. She wants us to replace this fence if I can find what she wants, which is tough. She wants a 6 foot high scallop type fence, and she wants to see through it. So far I haven't located a 6 footer. I can get a 4 footer, but I can't find a 6 footer. So follow along. We're gonna get cleaning. Dawson's gonna help me. We're gonna go and try to get this maybe clean today, maybe that concrete poured, and get these cracks filled out while Dawson's doing that. And so follow along. What we're going to start on is grab that little tool there, Dawson, and hook on to, like, go over by that railing, hook onto that rubber that's all loose and pull that up. That's like a silicone, and we're going to put that in a pile. We're going to get it out of here, and go slow around the pool because we don't want dirt in it, and just keep it kind of neat. And we're going to just do that. And all these little cracks I want to work on, I'm going to take the grinder here, and I'm just going to go through and I'm going to clean up that crack and put something fresh in there. I don't want to keep any sharp pieces that aren't adhered, you know. So we'll set you up on time lapse probably and watch us labor away. Some of the hard parts is down on your knees, you know. See, Dawson's getting all that. Look how big a crack that is. So we're going to have to fill that in. And then he's getting all this. Show him what you're working on here. This is what's important. They got a little nasty. Look how far out. Show them with this thing. See how far out they put that silicone? Unnecessary. Yeah. And it's not sticking. So what I'm doing over here, super important. You get down close. This is pretty rough, guys. See this? I haven't touched this spot. See this concrete all loose and broke? I got to grind that out because that's not going to last. I started coming up this edge, trying to V this out a little bit. And you see this here? This is all spalled. And this piece of concrete, see that? That's concrete coming out. Look at that. So what I got to do before we acid wash this is I got to get this ground, get it flush. I don't want a big divot like that. So I'll probably go, we're really close to Lowe's. Remember, we're only like, how far, D? 500 feet?
Yeah.
So we're gonna run up there and get a different grinding disc. I told Dawson we got to bring some tools down. He said we don't need them today, but we do need them today. Because in my box, I had a bunch of 4-inch, we did, Dawson. We had a bunch of discs in there, and this disc doesn't fit this grinder. So I got to go up and get a diamond bit, and I'll come down through here and get these cleaned up, because this is where somebody's going to trip. And then I'm going to do these cracks all the way over to here, and then those cracks. This is going to take a little while. The other side of the pool, there's only one set of cracks there and there. That looks good. And then these, working on these seams, getting this moss and junk out, and silicone. There's a bunch of silicone over here yet. And then these collars, see these, Steve? Slide them right up in the air and put them over on that bar. And look, you got a bunch of stuff in the pool already. You got to scrape away from the pool. You got to get this cleaned up. And then that's about it. We're going to just keep going away at it. This is the hard part. Well, the camera didn't work. It got hot. So we missed that. But I ground out these edges, and there's some pretty bad spots there. You got to take out everything that's loose. Dawson's over there moving them little lava rocks away so that we can go and clean and coat down the edge. But see all these cracks? He pulled that rubber silicone up out, and there's big old gaps down in there. I got these all cleaned up. So now we just got to clean the concrete area off of this loose debris. And then we're going to get the acid wash and pressure washer after it here and get this cleaned up. What would be nice is if we could get the concrete patchwork done today, and then once that's done we can prime. So don't think we're going to get to any priming today. You see how much damage is there. So it's looking good. Get a little bit of dust in the pool. Hopefully the pool cleaner will take care of that. Well, that was a lot more than I thought there was. As I walked around, I could see spots of silicone. They just filled little divots, gaps everywhere, things like that. You can see them little spots everywhere. But we're cleaning it up. We're moving the stones off the edge. Finished moving the little lava rocks off. Getting this all cleaned up. I'm going to start acid wash, pressure wash, and get this cleaned. And then I'm hoping to get this, right in the sun, middle of the day here. So I'm hoping to get the concrete done today too. We got to fix that. A couple spots, the divots, little things we're going to fix. And then tomorrow we may be ready to do the primer. So that's the goal today. And I got to have the camera in the shade somewhere because it's too hot out here. It just keeps turning off. To that dragonfly. See him right here? Cool. Forgot to show you though. This is some of it.
What's that?
There's a whole pile of this here. See how thick it was? That's heavy. That's over a pound right there. So they could have used something a little better than this. I would have filled it probably with some maybe some sand or mason mix or something prior to putting the caulking in there. That way you wouldn't need so much caulk. That caulk's not too cheap. That gobs of it. This barrel, that's about 20 pounds worth of caulk right there. I'm getting impatient while Dawson's sweeping. So I put a gallon of water in my pump sprayer. He's finishing cleaning this up. He said he didn't want to bring a lot of tools today when I wanted to. We don't have a blower with us, which is odd, and we don't have the vacuum. This is about a half a gallon in this muriatic acid, and don't put water in acid, put acid in water. It calls for 24 ounces a gallon. Pour it slow. Now we'll go for it. Here's some. these big chunks here. Right here, see them? And then I want him to work on this edge down through here, move them white stones back. And I'm gonna start pressurizing this and see how she does. Probably gonna take 50,000 pumps. And I want to start at a spot like over here, where, take your glasses, put them down that way, get them out of here. And then we're gonna start at a spot like over here, and I want to see what it does. See this here? Let me get this out of here. That silicone they use is terrible because it's hard to see it, and there's many spots of that. You know, it's clear silicone, but when you put the crack filler in, it's gray, it's easy to see. Let's see what this does. And I'm going to try to stay off from everything else if possible. There, see it start to foam? See it, Dawson?
Yep.
Control your overspray. I don't get too close to the plastic, but I got to get it wet here.
That's a pretty good pattern.
Huh. Yeah. I want to go right to the edge of stuff here. And then we're just going to, you see how it bubbles, it's going to take out little grease spots or whatever. But because the pool's here, it's had plenty of chlorine on it, so I'm sure these aren't that dirty anyway. But I want to come back through with a pressure washer. A little bit getting in the pool won't hurt anything, so I hear.
Neutralizes it, right?
I don't know, I heard some people put muriatic acid in their pool, but I don't know about that. I heard that. And then I think I'll try a section to where, like where this crack is, and then I want to test the spot with water put down first. See it foaming? What it's going to do, it's going to etch it, open the pores up so that our products will stick. And that's why I got rid of all that silicone, because our stuff isn't going to stick to it. See how quick this dries? So we can pretty much hose it off right away, you know. Pick that bucket down your end. You can see the clean spots are where I ground. Usually you pressure wash first, and then you acid wash, but I don't know. I'm trying not to use the whole boatload of water. I'm a little more conservative. You gotta use, for a pool this size, we'll be using 1,000 gallons of water. I don't know if that much, but a lot of water. But I definitely want to etch it so that stuff will stick. Wash your overspray. Drying pretty fast because it's out here in the heat. We just got a cloud come over, but it was hot. The diamond on the grinder worked really good, getting all this cracks opened up and the debris, loose debris out. So that's it. I'm just going to go around and around. People get bored. There's a lot of videos online how to clean, acid etch, and pressure wash and all that. So people do it differently. I'm going to try this way. Come back with a pressure washer, clean it off. They said you can use a hose. I want to be careful and blow it away from the pool. I don't want it going in the pool.
Alright guys, it was drying so fast that what he's going to do is he's going to pressure wash it, and then he's going to put the muriatic acid on it and then pressure wash it afterwards and wash it off again. So as you can see, look at it, it's cleaning the concrete, so it's working. I'm just going to etch it and get it prepared for the material that we put on it. So clean the dirt and oil and whatever. Make it porous so we can put a Spreadrock on it. Relax about half the full heat, but by using a pressure washer, it might blow some of the crap right off of what I want to keep off anyway. So let's see here. I don't know.
So now I'm going to take the... So this cleaned up pretty well. So the sun is drying this out so fast. So I'm going to pressure wash, put my acid on, let it set 5 minutes, scrub it with the push broom, and then I'm going to hose it off again, and we should be ready to go. Some of the debris is getting in the pool. We can't really help that. This does have a nice cleaner. We'll see how that goes. Hose it off, and then once the ash is off in there, we can go ahead and do the concrete patch. We brought some to fill in the cracks and divots and stuff. Working our way around. Look how clean this is. Looking pretty good, and then we acid etched on that side coming back, so we're keeping it damp as we go. See how nasty this is. Being new concrete, look what it is after I'm cleaning it. And then Dawson's etching it over here. I would etch it, yeah, go ahead. She said don't coat this. I'm going to try to talk her into coating it because it probably won't look good, would it, Dawson? And then did you etch under here all this?
Yep.
And scrubbed it? Yep. So I'm going to rinse that off here a little bit. But look how nice this is getting. There it is. We got all of it done all the way around. We got it pressure washed, and we got muriatic acid. We scrubbed it, etched it in. Didn't get too much in the pool. The filter's working pretty good, so we'll hit the skimmer, and then we're going to go ahead and mix up a little concrete, and we're going to fix that spot over there and some of these divots and cracks and things. I'd like that done tonight. These are things that we have to fill, and down here is two big ones we got to do. So here, this is that one that has that big trip zone, but we got such big divots around it. It looks like they sawed it out and they lifted that whole piece out of there, did their work, and then set it back in. That's what it looks like. I don't know, but it's terrible. And then up here we have a big old hog hole there that we got to fill. So we got to do all this prep work before we can do the good work there. So Dawson started patching here. We're filling that up, getting it level. And then I went over there and filled that one in. That looks really good. And then I got that gap. And then I worked my way down through here. You see it's starting to dry. Got these cracks filled. Any little divots. I'm using that vinyl concrete patch. It works really good. Dries pretty quick, but it's easy to work because it's fine, you know. Filling all these up. I told her we should, you know, bust this up and put a new slab in here, and she said nope, patch it. And I'm like, all right. But I think they sawed that up. They had a problem with that jet there, and then put a new pipe. I think it was broken or something. And then you know, at that point I would have sawed it and just put in new pieces, especially by the door. So I'm up there and I'm patching it using that quickcrete concrete patcher. That stuff works great. Levels out pretty nice. And then tomorrow I'll just come through here with my like linoleum scraper, and I'll just break off what you call the boogers, the little high spots, and this will be ready to be primed. Dawson's doing the last seam here. Had a big blowout on that, and then that's where them weeds were growing. Right here it's a little bit too. See this right between there? Yep. A little bit up in there. And then I finished up on this side. Looks good all the way around. I shut the pool down See, we got some dust in there today, so maybe I'll put the pool cleaner in there. She got a vacuum, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind it is, but one automatic. So I'm gonna, you know, it's obvious. I told her some of it to get in there, but
Pool boy.
I think if we send Dawson in there with his trunks on, and he takes the that pool brush there, I bet he could push it right down to the filter thing and suck it right out, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Probably. So we're all set here, guys. So tomorrow we're gonna come down with that linoleum scraper and just hit the little bumps off the top of this, and then we're gonna take the blower, blow it off, and we're gonna have the pump sprayer. We'll have that handy. Sometimes when you even put your primer down, you got to keep it, go with the grain there, go with the lengthwise, and then we'll just keep it moist as you go. And then when we put the rock down, they want you to keep a wet edge, so they keep a sprayer handy. So we'll keep a wet edge on that, and probably what we'll do is we'll stop at a control joint when we need to take a break, because Dawson likes his lunch, don't you? Look at his face. Look here. I got a little work out of him today, but this took a long time, didn't it?
Yeah.
This had a lot of serious cracks and patches, but ground it, got her level. You know, we're going to go on this probably with 2 coats of that rock. We got to do like 1 or 2 coats of the primer, and then it's going to have 1 or 2 coats of the sealer. So just depends on the temperature and how much it absorbs. So we'll see you tomorrow. Blink of an eye. Right up here by the edge of the door. I don't want a trip zone. Earlier I ground that down. You can see right there it had a lip. So I'm going to fix all this. It's going to look pretty sharp. And like I said, you know, maybe a floor leveler would have been good to pour over this and then just skim coat it all. But I always worry about that popping, you know. So I'll just use what it's designed for here and fill these cracks. And then that material we're going to use, dry, you know, when it sets up, dries like a plastic. It should give it a nice bonding coat. Okay, we got a sunset up there, been here all day. Pressure wash, muriatic acid. We filled the cracks. We fixed that big slab divot. Did a lot of stuff here. Dawson got the edge cleaned out so we can roll it over the edge. I think what I'm going to do is end this video here as a clean and patch. Someone said I talk too much and my videos are running long, so I'll shorten this up, make a part 1, part 2, and you'd have to stay tuned to see how it turns out. So part 2 would be priming and installing the Spreadrock, and it's going to be a brown color. It's going to be real pretty, should hold up well. Probably do 2 coats of both, and we gotta put a sealer on top of that. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.